You have been desperately wanting God to punish the narcissist for what they have done. If you seek revenge on them, let me be the bearer of good news. God will avenge you in His time and in His way. He is the ultimate source of vindication and justice. Narcissists cannot escape the consequences of their actions because of karmic law. What you sow is what you shall reap. You may wonder, why is the narcissist roaming free while I struggle? They have been given temporary freedom. Yes, you are working, but this is to help you grow and transform. You are enduring a painful change process while they are given temporary space only for it to be taken away later. The loss is more intense when one loses something after experiencing it. When God, the universe, or the higher self decides enough is enough, the narcissist's downfall is inevitable. They are left with no place to run. Act number 1. Narcissists meet their match. One of the most powerful acts of justice God inflicts on a wicked narcissist is the inevitable moment when they encounter someone who is their equal in arrogance or manipulation. Narcissists thrive on dominating those around them, using charm, deceit, or intimidation to control others. However, God's justice ensures that at some point they meet their match, someone who is just as cunning, manipulative, or even more powerful in their ability to expose their true nature. This encounter often leaves narcissists stunned, confused, and vulnerable as they realize that their usual tactics no longer work. They may face someone who is immune to their charm or who can outwit them at their own game. This humbling experience serves as a wake-up call, forcing them to confront their own limitations and see that no one is invincible. For narcissists, this confrontation is often a shock to the system. They may have spent years or even decades exploiting others with little to no repercussions, believing themselves to be untouchable. But when they meet someone who sees through their facade, their carefully constructed world begins to crumble. This is a form of divine justice that strips them of their power and forces them to face the reality that they are not superior to everyone. The encounter with their match can lead to their downfall, making them realize that, in the grand scheme of things, they are just another human being subject to the same forces of truth and justice as everyone else. Act number 2. Dreams shattered. One of the most devastating acts of divine justice towards a wicked narcissist is when their grandiose dreams and ambitions are shattered. Narcissists are driven by an insatiable desire for admiration, success, and control, often imagining themselves at the pinnacle of power or influence. They build their entire identity around these delusions of grandeur, constantly chasing after an idealized version of themselves that is both unrealistic and fragile. However, God's justice often steps in by orchestrating circumstances that expose the emptiness of their aspirations. What they've spent years building, a false sense of invulnerability or untouchable success, crumbles when they face unexpected failures, public humiliation, or deep personal losses. These shattered dreams serve as a powerful reminder that no amount of manipulation or deceit can prevent reality from catching up. When a narcissist's dreams are shattered, it is not just a career or goal that breaks, it is their very sense of self. For someone whose identity is built on dominance, admiration, and superficial achievements, losing everything they've worked for can be psychologically devastating, and it forces them to confront the hollowness of their pursuit and the lies they've told themselves. What makes this act of justice even more profound is that it is often an irreversible process. Once their empire of delusions crumbles, there is little chance for restoration. For the narcissist, this is not just a fall from grace, it is the painful, humbling realization that their quest for external validation was never enough to bring them true fulfillment. In this divine act of justice, God shows the narcissist that no worldly achievement or inflated sense of self can replace humility, truth, and genuine connection. Act number 3. Paranoia takes over. As part of God's justice, a wicked narcissist is often left to face the slow but inevitable unraveling of their own mind, paranoia. Narcissists live in a world where they are constantly plotting, manipulating, and controlling those around them to maintain their sense of power and superiority. However, their life of deception eventually catches up with them. The very tactics they use to dominate others start to backfire as they become consumed by the fear that someone is always plotting against them. Trust is non-existent, and they begin to see enemies everywhere, even among the people they thought they could trust. This paranoia is a divine tool that traps them in their own mind, making them feel isolated, vulnerable, and under constant threat. The more a narcissist's paranoia grows, the more it distorts their perception of reality. This spiraling fear of betrayal and exposure causes them to become increasingly erratic and unpredictable, alienating those they once controlled. What's worse, they begin to doubt their own schemes, questioning whether their manipulations are truly effective or if they are being watched and judged. In this sense, paranoia becomes its own prison, where the narcissist is no longer in control of the narrative. They are slaves to their own fears. God's justice ensures that the narcissist is ultimately trapped in their own web of deceit, unable to trust anyone or find peace, thus experiencing the deep anxiety and instability that comes from knowing they have betrayed others for so long. This paranoia is the internal consequence of their external actions, a reminder that no matter how much they try to control the world, they can never escape the fear of being exposed. Act number 4. Agonizing end. One of the most profound acts of divine justice against a wicked narcissist is the agonizing end they inevitably face. Narcissists, in their pursuit of power, admiration, and control, often build their entire lives around manipulation and exploitation. However, in the end, God's justice ensures that these individuals meet a painful and inevitable conclusion, one that is marked not by glory, but by a complete unraveling of everything they've carefully constructed. Their relationships are fractured, their reputation tarnished, and their manipulative tactics lose their effectiveness. The narcissist is left to grapple with the overwhelming realization that their life of deceit has led them to isolation and despair. The act of experiencing this bitter end serves as a powerful reminder that no one, no matter how cunning or self-assured, is immune to the consequences of their actions. As the narcissist faces this agonizing end, they often experience a deep sense of loneliness and confusion, unable to grasp how they've fallen from their imagined pedestal of greatness. The grandeur they once craved now feels distant, as they are left with the hollow remnants of their empty pursuits. This end is often drawn out, marked by a series of failures and betrayals, each more painful than the last. The narcissist is forced to face the truth they have avoided for so long, that their entire existence, built on falsehoods and manipulation, was never meant to last. In the final stages of this act of justice, they are left to confront the undeniable reality that their actions have led them to an agonizing, irreversible downfall, with no escape from the consequences of their pride and wickedness. Act number 5. The illusion of freedom. The final act of justice God delivers to a wicked narcissist is the unraveling of their illusion of freedom. Narcissists often live under the belief that they are untouchable, free from consequences, and can manipulate reality to fit their desires. They believe they have control over everyone and everything in their life, assuming that no matter what they do, they will always come out on top. This false sense of freedom allows them to exploit others with ease, believing that they are above the law, morality, or anything that could hold them accountable. However, God's justice steps in to shatter this illusion by subtly tightening the noose around them. Over time, they begin to realize that their freedom was never real. It was merely a fleeting illusion built on lies, manipulation, and a false sense of superiority. As the narcissist's world begins to crumble, they start to feel the weight of their actions and the truth of their bondage. They find themselves trapped by the very patterns they created, unable to escape the consequences of their past manipulations. Relationships fall apart, their reputation deteriorates, and they face situations where they are held accountable for their actions. The freedom they once thought they had is replaced by the suffocating reality of their own choices. This is a divine act of justice that forces the narcissist to see that their sense of freedom was never truly theirs to begin with. It was always conditional, built on the suffering of others, and now they must pay the price for their delusions. In the end, the narcissist is left to grapple with the painful truth that true freedom comes not from control, but from humility and respect for others, qualities they failed to embrace. So there you have it, 5 acts of justice that God brings toward the wicked narcissists who think they can escape the consequences of their actions. In the end, narcissists may feel they are above reproach, but divine justice has a way of catching up to them, ensuring that no one remains unaccountable. If you found these insights eye-opening, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content on narcissism and how to protect yourself from toxic personalities. Also, let me know in the comments, have you seen these acts of justice unfold in real life? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching. Remember, awareness is your best defense against narcissists. Stay strong, stay informed, and protect your energy. Until next time.